A2 English, describing places. Hello, my name is Jane and I am your English teacher today. Today we are going to read about a village in Italy and use adjectives to describe a rural and an urban area. Also learn about the order of adjectives. This is Luca. He's 15 years old and he's Italian. He lives in a village in the north of Italy. I am going to describe Luca's village. Can you count how many adjectives I use? Luca lives in a small village in Tuscany. It's a very rural area. It's also an agricultural area. The village is surrounded by vineyards, olive trees, and fields of crops like wheat and potatoes. Luca's family have lived in the village for many years. His father works in a local vineyard, and his mother has her own shop, selling local produce. It is a quiet rural area, and his parents love it. It's a calm and relaxing place to live. From their house, they have lovely views of the countryside. It is hilly and green and very beautiful. The air is clean and unpolluted. In the summer, the village gets a little busier. Tourists come to sit in the picturesque village square and have a coffee and a snack in the friendly cafe. They visit the very old church built in medieval times and admire the historic church tower. In the winter, it gets very cold and snowy. Then the village feels very remote. The streets are empty and only local people leave their houses to go shopping for food. Luca's parents love their peaceful village, but Luca finds life in the village boring and he feels isolated from other people of his age. As he gets older, he dreams of living in a big city like Milan. Now count the adjectives to describe a city. He dreams of the crowded and bustling streets and the lively nightlife of a big modern city. He dreams of sitting in fashionable pavement cafes, chatting to his friends. His parents tell him that cities can be chaotic and unfriendly places, and they would like him to stay in their village. They warn him that accommodation is very expensive in cities and that village life is cheaper. Luca knows that living in the city, urban living, is expensive, but he thinks it will be more fun and interesting than living in the country. He knows there will be more job opportunities too. Luca would like to be part of a busy and exciting city with a cosmopolitan and multicultural population. He loves his family, but he knows one day he wants to move away to live in a big city like Milan or Turin. But Luca is lucky. He can have the best of both worlds. He knows that whenever life in the city gets too noisy, too polluted, and too unfriendly, he can go home to his village, which really isn't too bad. So how many adjectives did you count? To describe a rural area, the village and the country, about 25 adjectives. To describe an urban area, the town or city, over 15 adjectives. Did you get about that? Well done. So now vocabulary. Can you find an adjective in the text that means the same as these adjectives? Quiet, clean, remote, busy, beautiful, old. Go back and listen to the text again and look for adjectives with the same meaning. I will do it now. So quiet, peaceful, clean, unpolluted, remote, isolated. That really means far from where you want to be. Busy, bustling, beautiful, picturesque, lovely, old, historic. Good. And another vocabulary exercise. Can you find the opposite, a word that means the opposite of rural, boring, quiet, old, crowded, big, friendly? Rural means of the country, urban of the town, boring, interesting, quiet, noisy, old, modern, crowded, empty, big, small, friendly, unfriendly. Good. So how much can you remember? Can you answer these questions? Can you describe Luca's village? What's the area around it like? How does it change in the summer? What is it like in the winter? Why do Luca's parents like their village? What does Luca think about his village? And what attracts him to living in a big city? Stop the video and answer these questions. Perhaps write them down. Write your answers on a piece of paper. Good. Here are my answers. Luca's village is quiet and rural. It's a calm and relaxing place to live. The village square is picturesque and the church is very old. The surrounding area is agricultural, with vineyards and fields of olive trees. It's beautiful. In summer, it gets a little busier. Tourists visit. In winter, it's cold and snowy and feels remote. His parents like it because it's peaceful. Luca thinks it's boring and he feels isolated. He wants to live in a bustling and lively city. He thinks it will be more fun and interesting. Just using a few of the adjectives in the text is okay. Well done. Stop the video now and look at these two pictures and describe these places using some of your new adjectives. Good. Then tell me about you. Are you a city or a country person? Which do you prefer? Can you think of a place you know well and describe it? Use some of these new adjectives. Can you think of a place you would like to visit and say why you would like to go there? Stop the video and make some sentences. Good. So what is this? This is a famous building in Florence, Italy. It is called the Duomo. It's a beautiful, big, old Italian basilica. When you use a few adjectives, there is an order for the adjectives. First of all is you put the opinion adjectives, then size, then age, then colour, then origin, then material, and then the noun. So here we have Big Ben, a clock tower in London. Can you describe Big Ben? Choose 5 adjectives from the list below. Make sure they are in the correct order. So opinion is beautiful, impressive, or ugly, or another adjectives of your choice. Your subjective opinion. Tall, big, small, square, rectangular. Age, old, historic, ancient, modern. Colour, white, black, yellow, other colours. Origin, British, Greek, Italian, French. Material, brick, stone, marble, glass, steel. There are many. So, choose 5 adjectives to describe Big Ben. Stop the video and think about it. This is my choice. It's an impressive, very tall, historic, British, stone clock tower. Can you describe the Parthenon in Athens and the Eiffel Tower in Paris? Stop the video and think of adjectives, the ones that you have seen in the last slide. Choose 4 or 5 adjectives to describe these beautiful buildings, beautiful, impressive buildings. Good. Here are my descriptions. The Parthenon is a very beautiful, rectangular, ancient, white, Greek marble temple in Athens. And the Eiffel Tower is a very impressive, very tall, modern, French, steel tower in Paris. Did you get some of the same adjectives? There are lots to choose from. Good. Now it's your turn. Think of a famous building that you know or have seen in pictures. Can you describe it? Use 4 or 5 adjectives and put them in the correct order. Practice. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Goodbye for now.